roll 4 times.
All right, we are live.
You're lagging a whole lot, CJ.
Yeah, it happens when I first start up the stream.
What do you mean by 4 attacks, by the way? I'm not seeing...
I don't mean 4 attacks, I mean 4 rolls on my attack hit. Because I have advantage on both that and the extra attack.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's what I mean, not that I get 4 separate damage rolls. I would get 2 in that sense.
Give me a moment here. Okay. Did you ever have a barbarian in your party, Spencer? Because I'm reading things on this that I'm finding kind of interesting.
Oh, about what?
Barbarians and what rage actually gives advantages to.
I have never had one in my party, so I've never had to learn it.
Like, the 5 things I'm looking at here basically, well, 4 out of the 5 of them tell me that the attacks do not count as strength checks for Enrage's advantage. Grapple does, athletics does, but not, like, those ones.
It's weird. It seems almost arbitrary.
It also kind of makes sense, though, because what would Reckless Attack's point be if you just got it for being in a rage?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right, Maury. I'm sorry. It was no. I thought you still got the extra roll on the attack.
No, on the attack you get an extra. You gain bonus damage.
I know that.
But I mean, to always have the advantage is kind of weird just from raging.
Yeah, I guess I kind of understand because that'd be a little OP because eventually you get permanent rage.
Yeah, to always have the advantage would be kind of silly without having any downside.
Yeah, I agree. But I guess combining tanking abilities like Sentinel and Tough and the Bear, that using Reckless Assault is a little bit more effective and not so much of a risk.
Yeah.
Oh, level 5th level. I'm gonna be pretty deadly.
Okay, well then I guess Maury, from now on, if I do an advantage, it'll count as reckless attack.
Alright, so Liz is going to be on in about 10 minutes, and she doesn't need a recap. Does anyone want to do a recap while I finish up the last bits of things on my end?
I don't need one, but if you would like to, I wouldn't be opposed to it.
By that I mean someone else do the recap while I finish.
A party traveled to a city, shit hit the fan, we dipped the fuck out.
No, it was the Fight Club. So that's the main thing that happened. Was the Fight Club. Gorster almost killed you, but you lived because your homies did their best to heal you, and you made a whole bunch of money from it. Then our party decided to chill for the night while we waited for Lady Uria to take care of some things. Then we attended the meeting with her at the hall, and all hell broke out there. And Lady Uria got our asses out of there just in the nick of time as we watched Gorster bleed out.
Can I get a, let me just take a look at this. Can I get a medicine check from anyone as they were fleeing? I just want to do this, like, not post-it. Yeah, after the fact. I just would like to see what you would have gotten on a medicine check.
Okay. By the way, Maury, I put 2 into strength. Just so
okay.
You know.
Oops. Wow, okay. I know how my rolls are going to go tonight.
Okay.
Oh, with a double crit.
The 15 and above know that he definitely bled out. Can I get an arcana from the people who figured that out?
And Ken, you fucked that all.
You know for sure
You-
that he bled the fuck out. He has no idea if there's any magic behind it.
Yep.
I think he bled out just
That's
because.
some awesome rolls, though.
No, you know for a fact he bled out, but it's definitely blood. There's nothing magical that could happen in that situation.
What about religion?
You can make that one too.
And the crit.
How did he bleed out again? Didn't
He got maimed by Rick and Aranis.
okay, yes, I thought so.
No, he got maimed by Liz and Aranis.
Greyhand's the one who got
Greyhand
hit in the
got,
stomach
yeah.
by.
That's right.
Yeah, he got body checked real hard.
Didn't he get headbutted?
He was too busy laughing to see the body check coming.
Oh, Blake, I think you made him laugh maniacally.
Yeah,
I think you did make him laugh maniacally and did some serious damage.
it didn't do any damage, but it broke the concentration, preventing the thunderstorm from getting worse, I think.
Something tells me I should have probably gone with the feet instead of the stat
It's
increase.
always up to you. Alright, so I'm just going to move you back to the Uxfan Regiment. Or I move them a little bit.
Maury, does proficiency bonus change in relation to level?
Yes.
Okay.
Just doing a little last minute. And welcome back to the token layer. And now the players don't want to. There we go.
I was like, my map is not changing.
The player flag didn't want to move. We're picking up right after the Uxfan Regiment has begun moving towards the city.
Okay.
The two archliches have basically begun to move with the column, supporting it from the back, telling the group of you that you should probably get away from the city as soon as possible. Yuria makes note, especially the two elves.
How far are we from Uxfan?
If you were to head to Uxfan, you are approximately as my cursor fucks up. You're about 70 miles from Uxfan.
God, that's far.
We won't be getting there on foot.
But I heard you were heading toward Norog, which was a different path.
When did that? I don't know when that happened, but okay.
You left when we
That's-
discussing it.
That's what the group said they were
Okay.
going
I
to
think the
do.
majority was for Norog.
Well, then one of y'all should say something.
It's a pretty cool place, and we're going there.
I hate you guys.
There's a town on the way there, Willoughby, which would probably be a good place to stay after one of the nights. It's about 24 miles to Willoughby.
That works for me.
As it's already getting towards night, you're going to have to get away from Larik, or at least you think that would be a good idea. As while the storm is no longer, spewing lightning at the ground, the hunt is still out in force, and the rain has become very cold and almost like sleet.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll head toward. I don't know what direction it is, so towards.
Norog is northeast.
Is northeast.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. So we have to pass back. Wait, what? I guess what side? We're on the south side of friggin' Uric.
Lark,
Lark.
yeah.
Oh, that's great. So we have to go around Lark. Okay, that's cool. Well.
We could head east and then head north after.
Lady Uria, do you know the safest way around Lorik?
She looks at you for a moment and says, the safest way is to probably skirt about a mile or so out. Follow the road once you get to the path you decided to take.
Thank you, my lady, for all of your help.
She nods and continues following the advancing army.
I guess we break away then.
One moment, I have something for you. While the group of you are getting ready to actually leave, a very familiar face shows up at the edge of, basically around the army. He's pulling a large amount of horses behind him. The old man Cullen.
I knew it.
My man.
He's shouting at you, and you can't quite make out what he's saying yet, but he's basically yelling something about you forgot your horses.
Yes.
Hey.
Most of the horses are spooked beyond belief, especially at the sight of the giant flesh creatures, but Cullen seems to be able to pull them along with the help of his own horse.
Do the voice, do the voice, do the voice.
I've never been happier to see you, Colin.
Good thing
Really?
that one warlock guy's not with us anymore.
Hey, even when I had the booze?
My friend, you're a good man.
Colin, you're a nimble fuck.
Hey, you got lucky. He basically gets on his horse and wobbly rides over towards Lady Uri. My offer still stands. She kind of ignores him as she continues to move with the rest of the army. Oh my god, so many people trying to figure out how to horse. Are some of these horses still not allowed for people to control?
Yeah, these
Here.
horses are not controllable.
There's a horse. Move the next horse and make horse controllable. Okay, can everyone horse now?
My horse is broken.
You just group it together and then. Oh, I
I
see what you
did.
mean. Some of them weren't. Okay.
I think I fixed it. Yeah.
Well, I think some of them, the horses hate some of the people.
There we go, horsing around.
You guys are fucking just walking. You guys are just walking back and forth.
The horses are in control now.
Hey, this horse is my buddy.
Anyhow,
You're carrying your horse, Rick.
probably
Horse is
Just
riding
put-
Rick right now.
Horses riding shotgun.
Just put it on top of your token. You're carrying the horse.
I think that looks the best.
It's like Cho'Gall in Heroes of the
No,
Storm. He
it
carries his
depends
horse.
on the face you're. It depends on the direction of your mount, because like mine doesn't look that bad from this. Or I could really change it up. There we go. Oops, I fucked that up. I prefer it out in front of me.
Oh, this is good. This will work.
You like it?
This is fine.
Rick is carrying his horse right now.
Oh God, why is the horse red?
Uh-oh.
Killed it.
Trying to figure out if you can make groupings in this in Roll20.
Keep trying to grab the group, and I never get a chance to because someone's always doing something.
Alright, I'm done.
Why are you tilted?
Okay, grab the group. Oh man.
This is an exciting day.
Start off great. Horsing around.
Just horsing around, having a good old time.
Regret not having any beer left for this.
Now that we all have horses, I'm going to move you back to the world map as I need. I'm going to ask each person to give me a roll as you guys are moving around the side of the city.
Roll 20.
Yeah, a 20.
What kind of action are we rolling for?
That is still incorrect. Sorry, that is still in effect. Sweet. And I
Okay.
needed one person at a time, so I can go ahead with. Okay.
God damn.
Because I've got mounted combatant and a land vehicles proficiency.
And you failed to mount your horse.
I got
That's
horse
fine.
training.
But no, leaving the area where the Uxman regiment was, you can see their path in the muck as they ran into the city. Within the city, you can still see the swirling vortex of what remains of a storm of vengeance. The lightning only sporadic now and no longer seemingly guided to locations. I'm using Sam's roll on this because I have a chart. Going past the wet mud and the just the dirt, you find yourselves in one of the outer farms. There's currently a huntsman basically trying to hack down a door. And you can hear a family inside as the man in heavy armor continues to hack at the door with an axe.
Was this just like a little cottage on the way?
It's a small cottage in the center of a farm, yeah.
Does he have
I'm
a
sure I'll
look?
check it out.
Well, does he have like a malicious intent look on his face, or is he just like?
Can I do an insight roll?
The huntsman that is actively hacking a door down.
You never know. I forgot his keys.
The wild huntsman that is hacking a door down.
Okay, so he's
I mean-
malicious.
Y'all are the ones being chased by the hunt. I thought you guys wanted to get the hell out of here.
Trying to find shelter.
We
He's
can't
hungry.
just leave them.
Well, we technically can, but it's not a good idea.
I mean, they got a horse. I don't know them.
We should check it out. See what's going on.
I'm with Ken. If you guys want to ride up, I'll go look with Ken.
I'll check it out too.
Anybody else?
Well, I'm moving you to the map anyway.
Okay.
His axe is currently lodged in the door, and as you approach, he pulls it out, splintering the door, and he turns to face you.
What are you doing, old man?
Is everyone old to you?
He looks old.
He looks over to you, lowers the lower part of his visor, and pulls a horn up to his mouth, and blows into it. Puts the
shit.
horn down and waves his axe towards your general direction.
I want to do a perception roll.
He just
Okay,
called the hunt.
what do you want to find?
I do a perception roll on how dumb these elves and this human is.
He's definitely called backup.
Well, let's just go. Unless you guys really want to fight. We don't know how many of them are coming.
That's all you're giving
We
me?
have horses.
Well, that's really
Yeah.
all you can tell from
We have
that is
horses.
that he's
We can get
I
away
want
pretty
to
quick.
percept my surroundings.
your surroundings. Like I
Yeah.
said earlier, it's a farmstead. There's basically a little bit of farming equipment around here. The door has been splintered in the center. The actual building itself seems to have been very hastily boarded up on the windows, and you can hear people basically inside the hut.
You know, I'm gonna call out in a loud voice to see if anyone's inside the house.
You can hear them. Or you just said that.
Is the movement speed of a horse still 60 feet per round?
Yeah, it's still 60 per round, yes.
Even if we kill him, we ain't gonna save those people. We're a liability unless we give him his horse. So if Sweet can sweep him and take him down, then it might be worth it. I don't know. He's also heavily armored, as Maury indicated.
You really just want to leave him in there?
I don't want to, but I also don't feel like dealing with a bunch of his extra men that are going to come by. Unless you really want to fight, Blake and Liz are gone.
Bye, guys. See you in Orig.
Yeah, we're down 2 people. Before versus however many they have.
Yeah, we also have no idea how many there are and how heavily geared they are. But yeah, it might be worth it to just leave.
It's sad, but
It's sad, but that's life.
I mean, I don't see anything or anything around us that could be bluffing us.
here, Maury, can I use my primeval awareness? It expends 1 ranger slot or 1 ranger spell slot to focus my awareness on the region around me. So it lets me sense whether several types of creatures are present within a mile of us.
Okay, so you're looking for Fae, I assume.
That's correct.
There are a number of Fae, and there's also something that actually makes your head hurt. The sound of innumerable ravens cawing.
Oh, that can't be fucking good.
Yeah, let's leave. I'm not gonna deal with the hunt. What do you think we should do, Sweet?
Well, if we're gonna do something, we need to decide if we want to do it now.
Let's just go.
I'm
Well,
personally
I-
not okay with leaving these people here, but
Me either, but
Do you want to
Whatever's
deal with the hunt? How fast do you think we can kill them and leave?
Well,
You
let's
think
try this
that-
option first.
Can you give me an insight, Spencer? As
Yep.
well, on top of
Oh, that's a good one. Scare them away.
I don't know shit.
Nope.
you think you've got time to do this, and your DC for wisdom save
10.
this one does not succeed. Let's see if the horse does. Horse does not give.
Wow, so we scared him away, but not the horse?
Yeah, the aura radiating from Sweet is enough to make the other relatively more intelligent beings start to back away, but still ready itself for an attack if you come close.
Does this building have any type of window?
Windows have been hastily boarded. You could probably knock them in with enough force.
All right.
I guess, can I do a perception roll to guesstimate how much time we might have?
Yes.
I guess I can see pretty far away too, can't I?
Yeah, and if CJ wants to do a roll on perception or insight regarding the amount of time you have, he has an advantage.
Okay.
Alright, I'll do that. Perception or insight?
Either one, your choice.
I'm gonna use danger sense, I guess then, against him and his horse. That's just up. Just keep that in mind.
Okay.
Advantage.
With
22.
advantage. You think you've got about maybe 5 rounds of combat to get them out of there
Do you think we can do it, sweet?
before
We'll definitely try.
the badness shows up, not
if
just
if
the,
we fail,
other
we're
reinforcements.
dead. We're all dead. You know that, right?
We can
guys?
bail out whenever we need to bail out. If we have to leave people while we try, I'm
All
fine
right,
with
fine.
that.
All right.
Yeah, just
Fuck
break
it.
into the house, save whoever needs to be saved, and stall the other guy.
Let's take
enrage him.
4. Let's take 4 actions and dip because we need at least some
Alright.
time to get the fuck out of there.
Yep.
All right, and
Uh,
the door is boarded.
The door is actually splintered, and you could knock it in if you wanted to.
Okay.
With not
I'm
even a hard
enraged.
athletics check, like your passive would be enough.
So
Okay.
heavily armored, you said, Maury?
The man is heavily armored. The horse seems not natural.
God damn it. Okay. Well, enraged. Actually, hold on. I have an idea. He's pretty far away. I could try the. No, fuck it. I'm not gonna waste that.
Hello.
Hi, Liz.
Well,
Uh,
Sorry, Mike.
well, I guess
they're
I'm
trying to
gonna
save
enrage.
someone.
I'm gonna enrage and see if I can do it. And hold on, let me check one thing.
What did I miss? Sorry about being late, guys.
We got away
Basically,
from.
there was a huntsman with an axe trying to break down the cottage. And these chucklefucks decided they want to interfere. And then he called the hunt upon us. And there's about 5 turns before they're going to approach.
Do you niggas have like a fucking problem? Oh my god.
So,
I've got a plan.
as a character, I decided to fuck off and just get out of there.
And he took you with them.
Sweet,
I
what's your
took
plan?
you with-
I'm
I
gonna
guess you
bust the
could
door down.
Go back if you wanted
Okay.
to.
Maury, since this guy is feared, do I get an advantage on my attack?
Let me check frightened before I say anything. It only has a disadvantage while attacking and cannot move anywhere closer to Sweet.
Yeah, he has to
So
be 30
if I
feet away
use
at the end of his next turn.
if I use reckless attack, will his disadvantage counter my disadvantage and cancel each other out?
No,
And
he
just
has
be-
a disadvantage on attack. So in other words, if he's trying to attack anything, he's...
I know, but when I use
Oh, yeah,
reckless
that, yeah.
attack, I get
It
a
would just
disadvantage
be
against
it would
a
just be the
regular
first.
attack. Okay, then I'm going to use reckless attack against him as well. And
You don't
use.
do a strength throw.
Oh god damn it!
You got your
But isn't
weapon to switch.
Okay, isn't that the same thing though?
No, weapon
not.
proficiency is different,
Okay.
especially if you've got a magic item.
Okay, so 18, and I.
That's enough to hit.
Okay. I try to swing in between where his neck is, between the helmet and the top of the armor.
The head actually does get severed. The body is still moving and picks up the head.
Oh, do we have initiative right now, or can we take actions freely?
You can take actions freely.
Alright,
I'm just
I'm
going
gonna-
to interject that after Ken's turn, the horse is going to do something.
I'm gonna attack the target too.
Here's something I need to ask you. Do you think a Dullahan is undead?
It's worth a shot. I would consider them an undead, technically, because,
Yeah.
well, they're more of a spirit being.
Yeah, I would have said there's a spirit, like their spirit's not necessarily undead.
I'll just make the wisdom save anyway.
Oh fuck! I think I rolled the wrong weapon.
That's definitely a good hit. That
I did roll the wrong weapon.
I do thanks to my polearm mastery, if I attack with the or quarterstaff, I could attack with the other end of the weapon. They can an attack, I guess.
yeah.
Hey Maury, I have a question for you.
Mhm.
I rolled the wrong weapon.
We're
But
not
I-
going back in time on that.
Okay. God damn it. That counts. You're right. I swung that sword at him. Okay. You said on critical hits I get bonus HP, right?
Yeah, I'm just on criticals, yes.
Okay.
But anyhow, sweet. Yes, the body does begin to lurch, not fully under your control because of its dual nature, but it's completely immobilized for that attack.
Okay.
And Ken, tell me how you actually take down a huntsman. The head's already off the body and being held in a hand.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna swing that my hardest at that head and make it go flying like a baseball
Okay.
into the like the woods, like 50 feet away or how far it is.
Head goes flying, body remains stock still until the head reaches a certain distance, and then the body itself stops being animate.
Sweet, break that door down now.
Door
Everybody
is
else-
broken.
Everybody else get to your horse and be ready to take one person.
Is Colin just on his horse, or does he have the cart?
Cullen is just on his horse.
Oh, what a bastard.
Are we close enough, Landry? Can we see them?
I think you guys fucked off immediately, so you could see them, but they're
We
not
could see
like.
him, but we're not close enough to get involved.
Is this
Yeah.
the only guy in the building?
There's him and what looks like another person, but they are very clearly dying or dead. You'd have to go in and check on them to make sure they're actually alive.
Is anyone in here?
You hear pained gasping from the woman, and the man comes up to you and says, "Please, please, take me. Don't hurt my wife anymore."
Alright. Where's his wife?
His wife is. I need to grab another token.
Plow.
Is further in the back of the hut, perhaps the bottom left corner.
Alright, I don't know what your name is, but you need to go out there and get on the back of one of those horses.
Okay. Runs out past. The woman has a long cut on her back, and it's been bleeding profusely. Describe how that healing goes, because that's going to be enough to bring her back up to full health.
I'm going to just slowly raise my hands over the cut, and mist is going to start emanating out of my hands into the wound.
The mist slowly pulls and seems to fill in where the flesh has been cut apart, putting in new skin and tissue there. And she's able to stand. The weight of her wounds still weighs on her mind, but the body is able to move again.
Okay. Alright, I don't know your name either, but you need to get on the back of my horse.
Okay, I'll just follow you.
Maury, Can I do I don't know, some sort of check to see what that horse is gonna do? Because that horse does
What that horse
not
is
look
gonna do?
stable.
No, it does not. You would be able to infer just from your passive perception here
Yeah, it's
that
not our horse.
it's going to charge at the nearest person, which would be Sweet in this case.
All right, do
I
it.
still have my
You all.
action, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
but the horse is going to act as you're doing your action.
Can I shoot its front leg?
You may.
Fucking A, really?
Horse is not able to actually hurt Sweet. Tell me how you stop that. And the bolt that you fire sails through the air and basically goes right past Sweet's horse's head. Not
Just gonna
hitting the
kinda
horse, just spooking it and making it harder to get on, taking extra time.
God damn it.
I'm gonna slap that horse in the side of the head with my shield to stop it.
Go ahead and give me an attack roll and make that an improvised bludgeoning weapon, so a 1d4 on hit.
Okay.
I don't need the attack roll. What I really need is I just need the 1d4 plus your strength mod. And if you want to add a smite onto it.
Oh yeah. 1 second.
How do you do this? Oh no. No, how do you do the direction? Like measure your feet?
It's a little, like, ruler thing.
Ruler cone looking thing.
Oh, I see it.
Where's Robot? I thought she wanted to watch.
I don't know. You can tell her. No, she is.
Hi,
Oh, hello,
Sarah.
Robot. I have my stream going if you want to see this guy.
Yeah, I
You
have
can
mine
also
going as well,
literally
Liz.
watch from the thing.
Can I
He's
make
not
an
in
attack
here.
on the horse too?
Not in this action.
No, yeah. It's Sweet's turn and
Besides,
then it's
you're being
gonna...
told to take that man.
Hey, I'll be right back. I'm just grabbing my dinner.
It is going to be a range attack.
You have a ranged attack?
I have
In
darts.
the nerd
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
Liz, what's your
Robot.
thingamajig?
Electro lizard.
No. I'm gonna join your channel.
Okie dokie.
So on a scale of 1 to
Thank you,
brain
Ted.
damage, how's that horse?
1 to that neck is snapped.
Ah.
What was your channel again, CJ?
There you
That
go.
horse is not doing well. The body is still moving, but it can't seem to get itself to move right as it sort of curves around from the broken neck.
Alright, let's get on this horse and get the hell out of here.
She nods in agreement and gets on the horse. Her top of her dress kind of gets caught on the arrow for a second, and she pulls it off the arrow.
Alright, so which direction are we going again?
You have control over the NPCs, everyone. You can move them.
I'm assuming we're going northwest still.
Northeast.
North.
Alright,
Yeah, northeast.
Landrick, yeah, it looks like they're moving. Let's catch up.
Your position isn't relative to where you are on the actual field right now, but after you get about, say, 60 feet away, you can see a number of huntsmen stream down from the storm above.
How many turns did that take, Maury? Or
It
rounds?
really only took like one round. It wasn't that long.
So we have a considerable amount of distance between us and the hunt.
Yeah, by the time they're actually down,
All right, I'm back. What did I miss?
Okay.
you guys are running.
You saved the girl, and now you guys have made a bolt for it, and me and
How did the hunt
Landrick.
show up before? That wasn't 5 turns.
You
Oh,
guys
you
have
meant-
left.
Oh, okay.
I don't have the actual like position
Okay.
for you.
Okay. All right, for sure.
And me and Landrick are now, I guess, chasing to catch up.
We're kind of like southeast of them, heading towards their same direction.
Yeah. I'm gonna move you back to the world map right now. The one thing you will notice is that the There's a swarm of ravens just overhead. I need one other person to give me a d20.
You want me to roll?
Me?
Well, okay.
Or alright.
I only need one person.
Oh.
As you skirt the edge of Larik and the night finally begins to set in, you can see various fires of oddly blue hues on the city. And can I get a perception check from everyone? All right. Literally
God.
everyone sees this. As the night begins to set in while you finally break away from Larik as proper. Up here, I'm going to go point to it, around here. You can see bolts of orange energy in the sky. Something bad is happening further north as well.
Towards like Charmond?
It's over the forest of the Shrouded Vale.
Mhm.
And following the beams of light, you hear a loud boom as it rolls over the area. Having gotten away from Larik, you should probably all talk amongst each other.
Have me and Blake, or have me and Landrick link back up?
Yeah, by now you would have.
So, that doesn't look good. I feel like we should ride hard for Norog.
Yeah, I agree. The mounds will
Yep.
probably separate us from them.
Okay, is Norog possible? I suppose it's probably easier to ask more.
Is it possible to reach Norog in a day? No.
No. So, who knows the area? Anyone know this area?
Kamar knows of the small town of Willoughby.
I'm gonna roll survival.
Small town north of here called Willoughby.
All
Might be able to
right,
get
that's
there to
not the
rest for a
best roll,
night.
but I'll take it.
You also played at the inn there called the Old Stump. Outside is a rather large stump of a tree. The people there basically told you that it was the first tree cut down to make the village.
We got a famous inn based on one of the trees they made there.
If it's not possible to make Norog, then we should at least take shelter for the evening. Willoughby sounds best.
Along the way, we shouldn't be losing much time at all.
Unless
Alright.
you guys want to take your chances in the woods.
Well, we have a half-dead woman who's recovering, and another man. Might be good to settle for the night and figure out what's going on and what we're going to be doing.
We can just drop them off.
Yeah, we need to get the fuck out of here.
You
Yeah,
could
we should leave
reach
them
Willoughby
Willoughby.
by late night.
You guys want to travel at night? That's fine with me when the hunt is out and looking for us.
How late at night?
It's already night. Ooh, the only thing we could do is like dig holes at this point and hide in them.
You'd reach Willoughby by sometime around maybe 11, 11:30 if you were to ride and not get lost in the darker woods.
Anyone skilled at navigation? Come on,
Don't you have night vision, Mina?
I don't know this area. I'm from the south.
I am proficient in playing cards if we decide to stay here.
I didn't really travel through the woods last time I came through this area.
The elves, have you been out this far?
Not that I know of. No.
Well, spending the night in the woods with the hunt, not exactly a great idea. I motion we ride for Willoughby if we have a vague sense of where it is.
Yeah, I agree with kind of what Onada said that we shouldn't be going at night.
Hey, I remember something from a book I read when I was younger. But
Okay.
there's ruins of this old elven village that was around here. We could try hiding there for the night.
How far is it?
It's off the trail.
It's
Maybe
a bit
maybe
north, still in the woods though.
that's the
Remember,
only risk is going to the woods.
Ancient magic
Well,
elven village that may not even exist in the middle of the woods.
I
This
thought he
sounds
said
like a
elven
great idea.
ruins.
also remember, Onato, we are cursed. My head is pretty fucking, it's throbbing as like motherfucker right now. It's not good. My hand is burning.
Well, let's put it to a vote. Elven ruins or Willoughby?
I'm gonna
I
say
motion
Willoughby.
Willoughby.
I say Willoughby. At least we know there's something there.
Let's go Willoughby then.
Okay.
Sorry, Onato, but
Or just a suggestion. I don't care.
okay.
Just somewhere a little bit more inconspicuous.
All right. I'm going to actually call out for individuals to give me rolls. People with dark vision have a +2 but no advantage. Are you using torches, the people who do not have dark vision?
Ola.
If we use a torch, are we noticeable by anybody?
You would be more noticeable, yes. However, it's
You
very
torching
hard
Morito's?
it's very hard to be able to see, especially without dark vision, since the sky is still obscured by clouds.
Yeah, I'll use my torch.
Yeah, I think we should only light one torch, put that person in front, and follow them.
Okay.
So who should lead?
Does Sweet have any torches?
I
Yeah.
have a torch.
Both Sweet and can have people riding with them. How about not them? Or somebody else take the passengers and put one of them in the front.
They're the only ones that need the torch.
CJ and I will flank the sides and Liz will get the back.
I can
so
take
it's a-
someone.
Oh, Colin. Didn't even realize you stuck around.
Alright, so we're doing a formation now, right?
You might want to
Triangular?
put yourselves in
Wedge?
formation in like the center of the map.
Yes, do a wedge because we need to put the people that have people on their horses in the middle.
No, do a diamond. Do a diamond.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna-
agree.
Maury, could you get my token off the edge of the map?
where are
Staggered
you?
wedge would do wonders here so that way we
Or-
don't fire into anybody.
Or we do this. Hold on. Oops.
S- The staggered wedge.
That was the edge of the map, Liz.
Hold on.
I couldn't see my token.
We can even surround Colin in the middle with one of the people, and then whoever carries the other person stands in the middle, and we flank them, putting Ken and Sweet in the front, myself and CJ on the sides, and Liz in the back, giving us maximum radius of vision. That's my suggestion. We could put one on the horse with Landrick and one on the horse with Colin, since Landrick isn't ever going to be in the fray anyway.
Aye.
We could see 65 feet, right, Onato?
They're conscious enough to know to hold on to the person in front of them.
Do they know the way through the woods? A safe path
No.
to Willoughby?
They've lived on the outskirts of that city for a long time. So the most they've ever done is go into the city and tend their farm.
So we're
All
putting
right.
Mina in the back, right? I'll be over here to the side. Like that?
We all sort of just keep shuffling ourselves around.
We should probably put someone on the right side.
Wait, why am I in the front?
Oh, the top is the front? Okay.
Yeah, we're going north.
We're going north, yeah. And CJ, you shouldn't be in the front either. It should be a human. We have dark vision. That's why I spread us out like that and put Liz in the back.
Oh, are you going up or right?
We're going north.
North in.
Up.
We're just orienting ourselves right now.
This looks good.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna keep carrying that horse.
Yeah, this works.
Oh, I have an idea. One last idea.
Keeping. Shouldn't. We're going north, right? This way?
Colin calls over. Hey, Ken, Rick, why don't you come over here? I've got something for you.
Okay.
There's our formation, guys.
The
Nice
Ken or
and
Landrick?
Ken or Rick.
Oh.
He takes something out of a pouch that he wears on his belt, says a few words over it, and then sort of crushes it onto in between his fingers. It's a sort of orange substance. He then sort of brings it up to his lips and sprays it at your eyes. You can see in the dark as well as the elves for now, Ken.
Colin, I didn't know, had no idea you dealt with magic.
Hey, you learn small tricks on the road.
You're just full of tricks, aren't you?
Does someone think this is weird? This is pretty weird.
I'm just gonna let it happen.
Alright, so now we have full vision all the way around, except for Sweet.
Rick.
Aside from Sweet. So
No,
who's got.
Sweet has a torch.
Oh, right. That's 20 feet.
That's why he's in
That's
the very
good
front.
enough. That's good enough. 20 feet's good.
How far does my
So-
dark vision see?
Can someone
65.
light me a torch?
60.
Okay, that's more
65,
than enough
really?
then.
Yeah,
It should be
How long does
65.
it last? Hang on.
Sure
I
it's
just realized
60.
I traded all of my torches for religious candles, so if anyone has a torch I could borrow.
Yeah.
I have a
I
lantern. You can use that.
Those damn Lyra candles. So sexy.
does a
You just put the
lantern
candle on your shoulders.
does a lantern light further than the torch?
If it were left fully open, it would light as far, but not as wide.
No, let's just give him a torch. I throw a torch over to Rick.
Right. Let's torch it up.
When you run out of torches, I have a lantern and 2 flasks of oil.
As soon as you're holding the torch in your hand, you hear a small snapping of fingers from the back left of you. The torch is lit.
Colin.
Dirty wizards.
Not so much a wizard.
No one else is bothered by this? Okay.
I've seen enough. I'm done. Let's just go.
Well,
Let's
considering
go.
he brought all of our horses in the midst of a crazy fallout, I'm okay with this.
You saw Colin fight. There's something up with the man.
Colin's
Just
my
keep
hero.
surprising us.
Yeah, well, he's been there from the start, so.
Can I get from the people leading the group a animal handling? And since I know Ken has his own horse, he's got trained in it as well. So animal handling from the both of you, or land vehicle in that case for Rick.
Because he rolls low for animal handling.
Either or. Kind of ruled that last time that a horse is still a land vehicle. It's enough,
remember.
but progress is slow. As the
Wait, I'm sorry. How do I roll the proficiency with the horse?
That does it.
Okay.
Yeah, animal
That
handling.
does
is
all
it.
of it for you.
But what was I saying? Yes, the rain, and in addition to that, the amount of roots that stick up make the traveling very slow. It takes a good extra hour to get halfway there. Can I get a roll from the next row of people? So that would be Onato, Landric, and Ernest.
Animal handling?
Animal handling or land vehicle, whichever you have higher.
Oh, that's great. Wow.
Good.
Let's see. Animal handling or land vehicle?
Land vehicle, but it doesn't matter for us, CJ.
It matters for him.
Yeah.
Both Onato and Landric find themselves being buffeted by various tree branches, and one of their horses almost stumbles, falling over. And that would be Landric. Can I get a dexterity save from Landric? The man falls off. You manage to hold on, however.
Oh, damn it. Actually,
You okay, man?
He's fallen off, and you have to go back to get him. His arm looks pretty roughed up from the collision with the ground.
Like broken?
Yeah. The forearm itself seems to have snapped a little bit, not to the point that it's sticking out of the skin, but so much that it's obviously very painful, and you can see the swelling already starting.
Yeah.
The man basically thanks you and asks for a hand up using his good arm. And now I need a roll from the last person in the line.
Fuck.
Can I get a perception from you? All right, I'm going to whisper you something.
Oh, okay.
I like how, except for Sweet, all of our horses match each other. Except all I think of when I see Sweet is he's a man in all black armor riding like a chestnut, like pink horse.
Pretty sure that's lighter than chestnut. That's like blonde.
I'm sorry, not chestnut. What's the like, the really really light pinkish brown horse color?
I have no clue.
Mahogany.
That works.
Am I thrown off?
No.
I hurry forward toward the main mass of the group.
What happens to you when you are slowed down is the actual full tree branch falls directly in front of your horse, causing you to almost stumble over it. Well, the horse to almost stumble over it.
Yeah, I maneuver my horse as best as I can and try to catch up with the group. Guys, we've got a big problem. The hunt is close.
How close?
I can hear them laughing.
They're not going to stop for a little town.
Does anyone have caltrops, ball bearings?
I've got ball bearings, but I have no idea how well they're going to work on this marshy ground.
I say we just keep going and deal with it if it happens.
Okay.
Should we lay traps?
If we have traps, go for it.
I think I might have one. Give me a second. Let me check. Yep, I have a hunting trap. And I'm just gonna set it up while I'm on my horse, and I'm gonna throw it in Mina's general direction so it lands behind her.
All right. I don't need to roll for.
Well, I mean, you could, but I'm glad you're not.
I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, I really don't want her to just get hit in the face with CJ's trap.
Yeah, pretty
It's like,
much.
I'm pretty sure he could baseball throw it over her head.
Well, I mean, it's a pretty heavy trap. It's not like I'm
Do
in
you
her
want
line
to
of
fail,
fire.
CJ?
No.
Do you want to take away the kindness Mori's giving
The
us?
trap thuds into the muck, and I just want a 1d20 roll. Despite the heavy landing, it still stays open.
That was remarkably good luck, Ernest.
I know.
Please,
Can I get
please don't heat
perceptions
heavy
from
things
the
at me
front?
anymore. Sorry, Mort.
Okay.
From who?
The front two. Perceptions.
Damn, Ken, you were just on it tonight.
God damn.
I got some eyes going on.
Oh no, shit.
Mm-hmm.
And Mori, I have a question. Could my backup character be the same class or no?
I'd advise against it, but you could.
If you want.
Okay. Mostly because if I did play a fighter, I'd want to do Dex fighter, which would be Elf, and I just don't feel like playing Elf again. Not yet, at least.
You could still pick something that's not elf.
I know, but I like the concept of the high alpha, the bonus Dex and stuff. And the cantrip gives it a little bit more of like a unique effect.
Ooh, he's power gaming.
No, I'm not. Far from it. I'm just trying to make better sense of the damn game.
Ken, do you see something? I
I'm
yell from the
typing.
back. Oh. Oh, you're typing.
And mostly because I've played Fallout and games like that, and when you fuck up early on, it has a really serious effect on you later. And I really don't want to be the one that rolled the retarded barbarian.
Wow, I made a lot of spelling mistakes in that. Good job, me.
Retardarian.
Can I get some more perceptions from the middle row?
Good job, Colin.
Colin must have the eyes of an eagle.
Right. I could have that, by the way, guys. If I had rolled
Eagle
Eagle.
eyes.
If I had rolled Eagle, I think on the second one, at level, I think 6.
I still need your perception.
I rolled a perception.
Oh, it's up there. Sorry. The CJ's macro threw me.
Yeah, at level 6, you gain the eyesight of an eagle. You can see up to 1 mile away with no difficulty, able to discern even fine details as though looking at something no more than 100 feet away from you. Additionally, dim light does impose disadvantage on your wisdom perception checks.
Nice.
It's between that and wolf, because bear is kind of useless. It gives me more carrying capacity and stuff, but I don't really care for it. But eagle gives me sight and wolf gives me animal tracking while still moving in a fast pace. But I kind of like the eagle thing because then I can have eagle eyes.
Go, Sam.
Colin looks at the group of you. We should probably speed up. Can I get
Ernest, did you
an
hear that?
Arcana from Aaron?
Here, what? Arcana?
Mm-hmm. And then can I get a perception from Mina?
Why is my Discord
I
Don't know jack shit.
clearly don't see anything happening.
Let's go. He's
Still-
right. Pick up the pace.
Am I getting something on my perception check?
Yours was a 14? Or what was it?
It was a crit, 23.
Yeah, I sent you a... God damn it, it sent to your backup, didn't it?
Yeah, it does that.
God, I hate that. I need to have you make your backup. Anyhow, I'm just going to read this one out loud. You think you can see humanoids sometimes through the trees. They appear to have the heads of animals as they move between the trees, seemingly skipping the space between some of them.
Are they directly in front of us?
We're in a
To your
bad
sides.
way, guys. We are in a bad way.
Okay, we need to move fast. They're literally like
Um,
almost on top of us.
Maury, I'm gonna look at a 60-yard radius or 65-foot radius around me to see if I find anything.
Can you give me a d20 on top of your perception?
Me?
Not like added to it, but additionally.
Okay.
Oh.
Oops, that's wrong.
Can I
Darn,
also
you
just
did
get a
roll.
d20? Alright.
CJ, you need to do the same thing.
What do I need to do?
60-yard examine or 65-foot radius scout or half circle. I'm sorry. Half circle. Other half circle. Obviously, I can see that far, CJ. I'm right there. So 65 foot back and around, and then I'm gonna have Liz do the same thing.
Yeah. Do I have the option of rolling investigation instead of perception? Because now I'm like looking.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're very close.
These horses are saddled, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So I hang the wineskin off of the saddle horn of my saddle. I think Maury's doing individual tells.
We're not wasting time. We're running at a same pace.
I'm doing a lot of individual tells. Also,
Oh yeah, quick question. If I know horse rules, can he also make attacks?
your horse attack?
Yeah.
Yes. But
Oh,
that
CJ.
horse is kind of reluctant.
CJ, you broke your arm.
His hand's burning, remember?
My
Yeah,
hand
that's
is
right.
burning and it's super bright.
It's actually illuminating, not as much as a torch would, but as much as the a barely opened lantern would.
So are you going to give him his own outline?
No, he doesn't need to do an outline.
Maury, did you see my tell?
Yes, I did see your tell. I would need a roll from you. Specifically, out of all the options here, sleight of hand would be the one you'd have to use.
Okay. Fuck.
Reaching the wineskin up into the tree, the branch seems to coil around it, but snaps as you let the weight fall on it. The wine itself pours onto the ground. Anyone who is looking back can do a perception check.
Perception?
Mm-hmm. Aranis, you see small gleaming white forms, much like you had seen when you first were branded. They fly down to the wine and seem to be consuming it.
Oh, great.
Can I get one more set of rolls from Ken and Rick?
Perception?
I want animal handling or land vehicle. Alright. It takes you an additional 15 minutes, but you eventually get all the way out of the forest and into Willoughby. The town you enter here, little past midnight. The
Alright.
town itself is very much covered by the forest. The road that leads from it to the actual, the main road to Norog is very thin and winding.
Landrick, you said you've been here before?
Yeah, the old Stumps the Tavern is probably our best bet.
Okay. Take the woman and her husband into the tavern. I'm gonna scout around a little bit.
Yeah, same here.
I'm going to. What do you do with horses? You lash them outside of places?
You can do that. You can also take them to. Actually, no, there's no stable in the town. Excuse me. But lashing them out in front of the inn is a viable option.
All right, I follow Landrick. I tie up my horse outside. Where's the door?
Sorry. Let me draw that. Using purple for doors.
That's good. It's what time? About 11?
It's actually past 12.
We traveled really slow.
Yeah, it took longer than expected.
You also got kind of turned around in the woods a couple times.
Hey, Rick, don't be breaking into people's houses again.
I mean, why not?
They're sleeping.
The doors were open last time.
Alright, so what's the old stump compared to the lodge?
The old stump's the actual inn. The lodge is something else. Cullen stumbles into the bar area of the inn and looks at the man who's sitting there, only recently gotten up as they heard the sound of people riding into town. The man behind the bar looks over at you and looks at the two of them. Are you the Hornraven's? Are you the Hornraven's brother and his wife? The man nods as he helps his wife over to one of the nearby tables. The wound has pretty much closed up from the attention it received from Sweet. The two of them basically ask, is there anywhere we could stay? What happened in Lorik? We've lost everything. The group of them keep talking to the man over there, while Colin pulls out a small flask from his coat and begins to drink at the bar. If anyone else has anything to ask, please go ahead and do so.
I want to take a look from where I'm standing, just so I can inspect the town visually.
Most of the houses here are in relatively good condition. However, the constant rain and wetness up here has caused the outer part to be covered in mold in certain locations. Small bits of moss. There's a what looks like an outdoor smithy, but it's currently partially flooded due to the rain. The lodge itself seems to be a rather opulent building. You're not sure if it's religious or not, but it's a looks like a large sort of boarding house. The storerooms on the bottom left is a rather well fortified building. You can actually see metal bands keeping the the wood together.
Okay.
Anybody else's Discord like really choppy?
It's probably because you're streaming.
No, my MS is like low.
Weird.
Yeah, my Discord's not choppy, but it keeps like it's knocking out my stream like at random times. All right, so I pull my cloak. Well, I shake off. I guess it's raining, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just sort of shake off my cloak a little bit, and I pull the hood up, and I go into the bar.
Okay. For Ken, when you walk into the lodge, the old man is currently asleep at one of the chairs. He's basically looking at one of the doors to an adjoining room. The room you're in is a rather sparsely decorated, but has one defining feature: the large podium at the southern wall. The man looks like he might be a preacher, but you're not sure to what god. He's currently sleeping in the chair, though.
I'm gonna gently pat him to wake him up.
Hello? Who are you? I don't know you.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, old man. I'm a refugee from Lorik, and my party came from. Yes. If you haven't known, they got attacked.
Attacked by Oxford?
It's something abnormal and not from this place.
Not from this place. Care to elaborate? He looks up at you and he pulls something out of his robes. Something to smoke, and puts it in a pipe.
I don't know. I can't really explain it. They came from the sky with ravens and birds.
He nods his head. You're not sure if he actually knows what you're talking about, but he seems to believe what you're saying, to the point that something really bad has happened over there.
Yeah, we came in with some two other refugees. One was seriously injured. One of my other party members was able to heal her, but I don't know if she's that well from it.
Oh. If they need time to mend, the lodge is always open.
This place doesn't look like an infirmary. It looks like more like a church.
Mend the body, mend the soul, it's all the same.
We're not dealing with faith here, we're dealing with physical wounds.
Like I said, mend the body. He coughs a little bit.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Has this town been any recent unusual activity?
You could say that.
Can you go into detail?
Strange markings been appearing on some of the houses.
Which houses?
All of them. Things carved onto the wood.
Are they still there? I didn't notice them when I came in.
Some folk like to keep them covered up. I sand them off in the morning.
Is there any of them up right now?
The barred house over in the north is covered in them. Don't go into that house, though.
Why is it barred?
Something wrong in that house. Should have burned it. Can't do it in the rain.
What do you mean by wrong? Like, is it haunted or?
Nothing so simple as a haunting.
What's wrong with it?
Damn place is cursed. You ever see someone's shadow pull itself away from their body?
No, I can't say I haven't.
Man who lived in there, strangled by his own shadow. At least that's what his wife says.
Where's the wife at?
The other room. You're not waking her tonight. If you have to ask her anything, you do so in the morning. I can afford to lose my sleep. She can't.
Okay, I'll do out of respect for you. Thank you.
You're welcome. And if what you say is true about Larrick, I'm gonna need to get more beds.
I would recommend if it was a pretty large army or regiment, they might come over to this village also.
Maybe we should finally move all the way up to Charmond. Gonna miss the independence.
Yes. Do your best to escape from them. Thank you for your time. I'm gonna go check on that Bard house and check on the ruins.
Okay. Are you gonna join Rick as he does it? Because I'm gonna start on Rick's.
Yeah, I'll just join them. And then let me do some RP before that. We could actually do anything with it.
Okay.
Hey Rick,
Yeah.
I just went to this lodge. I thought it looked kind of like a monastery, but it turns out to be a some infirmary or like a bedding area. And I met this old man. Told me this house is full of ruins. Have you seen any?
I've just been kind of examining it.
Yeah, he says this place was cursed. Something about a old man being strangled by his shadow.
It's definitely an out of place building I'd like to investigate.
Yeah,
The
give me a
wife.
second.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying just give me a second. I've got things to do.
We still continue on.
You continue.
Okay. Yeah, the wife witnessed the attack, and I tried to question the wife, but the old man or preacher, whoever he may was, prevented me from waking her, talking to her.
Do you know what god he followed?
No, I did not ask. I kind of gave him vague details about the hunt attacking Lorik. He kind of seemed baffled by it, or kind of didn't know what we were talking, or what would suspect that attacked him. So I don't think the hunt's been in this region.
That's a good sign, at least. There's definitely something strange about this house.
We can always do your way and break in.
I don't think I want to bust in immediately. I want to kind of pick around the outside and see what I can find.
I want to see some of these runes that might be all over the house.
Are you looking at the door specifically?
I'm looking for runes, something type of marking.
Oh, sorry. I also rolled an Arcana, Religion, and Investigation on the door and the frame around it.
Okay. I will give you one on the Arcana, and it's a. I'm going to reveal the room that's near the door. One of the rooms. Yes.
I walked around the whole building before I considered using perception or anything. Do I get a bonus to that? Just out of curiosity. Like
No, but I will be giving you something baseline.
Okay. Oh, I'm going to use my perception then in addition.
Okay. Alright, one moment. Last one to put down, and I'll reveal the one you saw. What would you like to know about that symbol, since you rolled an Arcana?
Do I recognize it from any magical text, things like that?
The most you know about these is they are. You know that it's one of many things called a seeker glyph. You're not quite sure what this one means. You can give me. Okay, you have history. Seekers are akin to wizards, but not in the same sense. Where wizards seek magic for power, seekers look for it purely for knowledge and to help those who are afflicted by strange occurrences. You've seen a couple of them in your time, and I'll tell you when you notice one that you recognize.
Okay.
And Onato, yours that you saw is that one in particular.
I don't know anything about it, right? Wait a
Not off the
second.
top of your head, no.
Okay, hold on.
Did anyone see anything else?
Can I get one from Ken?
Nope,
An additional one from Ken?
What do you want, Arcana?
Arcana or Investigation or Perception.
Can I do Insight?
That'll work. Another glyph is clearly visible to you.
The problem with going in immediately is we really don't know what we're dealing with, but I don't feel comfortable leaving this here, and I also don't feel comfortable entering the building.
Do you think they're marks from the hunt?
You would not think that now.
These look more along the lines of Seeker runes, something I don't know a lot about, but
Something does catch your eye on the, specifically on the door.
What's a Seeker rune and what's a Seeker?
Seekers are like opposite wizards, only they're still assholes.
Is that like a necromancy?
That would be more of an opposite cleric. I'm not comfortable with this, but I also don't feel comfortable leaving this in this small town here.
Leaving what, the rune?
Leaving the building in its current state.
What should we do? Destroy somehow?
I'm familiar with one of these runes. I believe, if I'm correct, it either says... I think it says watch the shadows?
Well, the owner of this house was killed by his shown shadow.
Where did you learn that?
Some preacher-looking man in the lodge told me about it.
What
The
else
wife,
did he say?
the wife witnessed it, but he would not let me disturb the wife to talk to question her about the incident.
How long do we plan on staying in this town?
I don't really want to stay here very long. I'd be down to leave in the morning.
Yeah, I mean, we pretty much have one chance to deal with this then if we're gonna leave early in the morning, because we would probably have to wait some time to question her. It just comes down to, do we think we need to? From my perspective, I definitely think that leaving this in this town is dooming the entire town, but
Well, what do you think we should do? I don't really know how they're going to feel about a bunch of strangers barging into a cursed house.
I think I'm gonna consult the man in the lodge.
I'll be there with you.
I guess I might as well go.
The man looks at the three of you, recognizing Ken. Are these your friends?
Yeah, one is kind of has some knowledge about the runes.
Oh,
Knowledge
Maybe
about
get
the
talk to
runes,
him.
you say? Do you know what they are? I can't figure them out for the life of me. They just started appearing about a week ago.
They're definitely Seeker runes. The only one I can identify says watch the shadows.
I could definitely understand that after what happened to poor Geller.
He also mentioned that they've been appearing on the other houses too.
Yes. Do you wish me to show you them?
Yeah, show me some more of these.
Alright.
Just move us as a group.
Let me give you control over him so you can move him around. You can move him around and have which houses you want to look at.
Sweet, you'll do that.
Start with this one.
Okay.
Group all four of us up. Sweet.
Okay.
I have to wait on the load to put the thing on the map. He points to a rune right next to one of the doors. That one. Been here since the week first started. I've seen it on every single house. I'm actually just going to give you this one.
Okay.
It means this place is watched.
Well, this one is not a good sign either.
You said this is on every house.
Every single house.
The same
The
room.
lodge included. It's the only one that's uniform across the village.
And nothing has befallen anyone who lived in those homes?
Can I identify
It was
what
on the bar
kind of
house as
man this
well.
is through religion?
The religion? Yes. He's actually a cleric of Ogma.
Oh, which one is that?
It's under the history tab.
Ogma is no longer active, right?
Ogma
Oh, no,
is
Ogma starts
active.
with an O. Knowledge.
The Rotgut and Mead are brought to Mina and Landrick and Aaron.
Okay, so
He also
definitely
points
can get
to
along.
another room on the house. One moment. I grabbed the wrong one. This rune.
Oh. Can I identify this, or do I need Arcana?
I need a roll on this one, but you have an advantage. This is one that Onato also recognizes.
Okay.
It is safe to sleep here.
So, as a man of religious cloths, have you tried any purifying?
If it is Seeker runes, like you say, I'm not quite sure what I should be purifying, and who the Seeker is in this town.
Well, we might be able to figure it out if we check some more buildings. How would Ogma even go through a purification ritual?
It would probably have to do with a lot of understanding the mechanisms behind what's happening.
That's true. I just assumed they'd play like a sick lute solo. Shows what I know about Ogma.
In addition to the usual watched rune, on this one is another one you've not seen. This one Ken has a chance to actually do as well with an Arcana.
I definitely can't make this one out.
I'm not really trained in the Arcana arts.
Where is that?
That's a stump.
Oh, okay.
It got moved at some point by someone else.
I was a little concerned about that.
Yeah, I was like,
just-
what?
It's just a stump.
Damn it, Ken.
CJ, are you there?
Yeah.
How's your hand hurt, Ernest?
It's been getting better
The
as
pain
dawn
has.
gets-
Yeah, the pain has faded as it gets closer to dawn, but I still have this headache about me.
It's okay. Got some extra skins for when we leave. And we still have 2 skins on the table.
The old man who's with the group who are investigating says, I actually know that one.
Well,
We haven't been able to get into the store, well, further than a couple feet. We get turned around and sent back out. There's some sort of illusion over the building.
Any other noticeable runes on the front of this building?
Other than the one that's usually there, the watched one?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there is one other. This is going to be a gimme for Ken. There's something in the air.
Is it just like I noticed something different?
No, it's the rune itself means there's something wrong with the air inside the storehouse.
Yeah, guys, I don't think there's something wrong with that building inside it. I think it might have poisonous gas of some type.
Could it possibly have something to do with the infection from the dead god?
That one you can give me a roll on. Any of the knowledge type of checks, your preference.
Would religion count?
Yes, considering it's coming from a god's corpse. No.
So what? Religion?
It's something
Arcana, what
far
else?
older.
An insight?
No, this
Mhm.
is
And history.
something different.
You're
This
not
is-
sure of any malevolence, but you do know that it's something much older.
This is probably damn dirty wizard magic. Let's check some more houses.
What did the other sign say on the other house?
The other sign? You had watched and safe to sleep here.
I'm asking Anato that.
Sorry, go ahead.
The other sign meant that it was safe to sleep in that home. Although they're watching it, like he said, that rune's on every house, but
Does someone live in that house?
I assume so.
Yeah,
So,
off.
so he's being protected in some sense. Maybe we should question him.
Let's keep wandering around a bit. If that rune is on every house, then there's something completely different going on here.
All right.
This one is actually another gimme. This one for sweet. This place is marked for a raid.
This is not good. Does
What do you
anyone
see
else
there?
recognize this?
What's the guy's name, Maury?
Victor.
Victor? Hey, Victor, do you know, can you tell us anything about the people that live in this home and the people that lived in the Bard home? Maybe something about their everyday life? Do you know anything about their family history, if they could have something worth value?
Not in no traditional sense of value. In their history, though, a lot of people say the folk that live in this house used to consort with other beings some generations back, about 10 total generations back. It's in the old records back in the lodge.
Sweet, what do you think?
This home is marked for a raid, which does not bode well. Do you know, does this individual have any ties to a lord? Any bloodline that would be important?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay.
Most important we got in this town is an old merchant.
And that new symbol, does anyone recognize that?
I need rolls for this one. Okay.
It's coming.
Is that what you tell the ladies?
You've seen
No, I
this
said
one
give
once
surprise.
before. What you remember when you saw this is you went inside and something, you're not sure what, tried to harm you.
Yeah, I'm getting like a negative vibe of this place. Something reached out to me.
This is not bode well for whoever lives in this home.
Victor, is there anything has ever happened to the people that live here?
He knits his brow and he says, nothing in recent times. There used to be an old couple that lived here. Their house was raided by a thief and they were killed in their sleep.
What about the people who live there now? How did they acquire the home?
They moved here from Charmond. Said they wanted to get away from city life.
You said the people in here used to commune with spirits?
Generations ago.
I wonder if the spirits came back.
Can I
Anything else?
determine, with my knowledge of Seeker runes, if a rune basically affects the entire building, or does it affect the exterior only?
It usually refers to a building as a whole.
Okay.
You know that runes, when placed on things that are not buildings, refer to an area.
I generally don't want to wake anyone up, but this one is a bit concerning. We should probably come back to this one.
Well, I wonder, Sweet, if both of those homes, the barred one and this one, had been marked that they were going to be raided, and the other one had a mark saying to beware the shadows, do you think that home's been raided and this one's next?
It sounds like this one's possibly already been raided. It's not to my knowledge that the symbols would disappear after the act has occurred,
Okay.
but I assume judging by the what befell the previous inhabitants, I want to say that they might be in the clear, but we'll definitely come back for this.
Okay.
So you're saying this village has been haunted for generations?
This is the first I've ever seen these things.
That's definitely strange.
Maybe they're hidden until someone activates them?
Does anyone recognize these?
There's only one gimme there, and it's for Renato. The top one. Madman lives here.
Victor, what can you tell us about the man who lives in this home?
Nathan. He's a good man, a quiet sight. Goes off into the woods and does his hunting. Always brings back a deer.
Oh no, what woods?
The one's right outside town.
Has he ever come back from the woods a little different than before?
I came back thinner one day.
Sweet. I think this man's been marked by the hunt. I'll tell you, the Lord of the Wood does not take kindly to people who take from him. And if what you tell me is true, Victor, this man has taken a great deal.
Well, we've all eaten from it. It's never hurt anyone else.
It's not about who ate it, but the act itself. I know firsthand.
And the bottom symbol? That's a very strange one. This one references something along the lines of they look like beasts. What does the top one mean again? Does anyone know?
Yeah, I do. It said that a madman lives here.
Oh. I mean, I would consider that a suspect.
That symbol is suddenly very huge.
That's what I was thinking.
Let's check the remaining houses.
Yeah, we'll keep these last two houses in mind.
The one on the left can be intuited fairly easily. Something about covering the mouth. If you want to know more, you can make a roll. Same for the other. The rune basically means stay quiet inside.
And the second one. I don't know shit.
Neither do I. Ken. The rune on the left means for us to stay quiet within the home. Again, Victor, if you would be so kind as to tell me who lives in this home.
One
Be
moment.
quiet inside? What doesn't even make sense. Surely someone has to talk in the house.
Man up in here? Clyde. Clyde's a good man. He helps run the outdoor smithy with the folk in the house to our right.
Any family?
Man came here about 20 years back. Hasn't left since. Never brought anyone with him.
Do you ever hear anything from his home? Have you ever been inside his home?
A couple times. Sparsely decorated. Keeps a couple of books around.
And what did you guys talk about when you were there?
We didn't. He acts as though there's nothing wrong with what he just said.
You didn't speak?
No, there was no need to. I came to give him something and I left the house. I said goodbye after I was outside.
Did it feel weird when you were in there?
Shakes his head.
Hey guys, I'm trying to recognize this other symbol to the right.
Hold
It
on,
says
one other thing, Maury. Do I notice if he's lying to me?
He is not lying to you.
Okay.
I'm starting to recognize these symbols. It says something about getting help from this house.
So,
Maury, he
stay
rolled an
silent.
18, by the way, on that second symbol.
I know. I gave him the information on.
Oh, okay. What did you say, Ken?
That you receive help from this house.
You receive health from this house?
Help.
Help.
That's a
That's-
strange combination.
I agree.
Yeah.
On to the next one. Is that an ear?
This one is a gimme for sweet. Hide here.
This one says hide here, which is also very strange.
The inhabitants, Victor?
Tiffany and her husband. They actually do the smithing at the old smithy. I knew their parents.
Anything you can tell us about them? What happened to them?
Parents once walked into the river. Well, the mother did. Never came back. The husband, he drank himself to death afterwards.
She walked herself into the river?
Never. Just these runes all over the place that I've never seen before.
How long ago have they been showing up?
About a week ago.
That's very recent.
And nothing funny about the son and the daughter who live here?
No. They shoe the horses, make the straps to keep the buildings together.
What about the
Sounds like-
inhabitants? What do they care? What do they know about these signs?
Most of them have no idea.
Do you not tell them?
I've told them of them, but many of them just cover up some of the signs, others completely ignore them.
That's very strange.
And you say she walked into the river. Anything unique about this river? Where is it? How far?
It's to the northwest. The river, it's rather shallow, which is why her death was strange. I never thought of it before now, but it's... things are not right here.
Yeah, I know. And how long have you lived here for?
60 years?
Yeah, it took me 2 hours to figure that out.
I was born here.
And you never thought to look into these things.
Well,
And
it
now
was
with the
just things that
runes?
happen. These...
I mean,
I want to
looks a
whisper
little
to Rick and
confused.
Otto. I want to whisper to Rick and Otto that I think
You could
these are
think in it.
seekers.
You could actually whisper.
I just want to talk it out.
Who? Who are the seekers?
This village are nothing but seekers. It seems like these symbols are describing themselves, kind of like codes to themselves, basically.
You make a lot of sense. Keep quiet. And let's just see what he says about his own home.
All right.
Victor, can you show us the last place? And maybe talk about the barred house?
Yes, I can. I room in the old stump when I'm not sleeping on the lodge. I don't recognize any of these symbols.
And the person that lives here owns the store.
Miss Tiller. She runs the store here, sleeps in the back room. Sweet.
Okay.
The one you know is the far left one. One more. Sam, you know the far right one.
Okay.
This one's very strange. Do you know the history of this building and any previous inhabitants?
History of this building. General Store used to be a family home for the noble of the area. Used to have a basement, but when Tiller moved in, she sealed it off.
Why?
Said there was something bad down there, something old. Said it was something that the nobles were doing down there.
Ever heard of a man named Greyhand?
No, never heard of him.
The far right one means it's friendly. Do not fear.
The far left one means many people died here, so I think that's a bit contradictory.
Can I get a roll? Actually, I'm not going to get you to roll. And this is one for Sweet.
Just so you know, CJ, you're not in character. Oh, no, you are.
I want to say that this might be our main suspect.
What do you mean by that?
The middle and the right are very contradictory. The middle says something along the lines of they are not who they say they are.
You think someone placed these symbols? They know the truth?
Either someone is trying to frame whoever is involved in the general store, or there's something still going on in that basement.
There's a lot of stuff going on in this place.
I have a question about the person that got killed by his own shadow. How long was he a resident in this village?
He'd been here as long as I had. Well, as long as he'd been alive, that is. 34 years.
Did he upset anyone recently?
He thinks on this. Heard he was digging out a cellar. That's about the only thing I think that could upset anyone here.
Bingo.
Threw the dirt out into the road.
Who would he upset by digging a cellar in his
I don't
house?
know. I just know that say he was having troubles getting down further.
I think that maybe everyone here is innocent, and he dug into that basement.
Hold on. You said he upset somebody. Who did he upset?
If he'd upset anyone, it would just be the old people of the town. He threw the dirt out into the street.
What of his wife? You said we couldn't talk to her, but I'm sure you have.
That's her. She says she saw it that night. The shadow pulling itself away from his body. Woke half the damn village with her screaming.
Has Nathan ever spent time with the lady who owns the general store?
No, not to my knowledge. He mostly keeps to himself.
Nathan's the one in the second house from the left, on the left, right?
The furthest one, yes.
No, what about the one below him?
Hmm.
Oh, that's God, I don't remember his name. But that's
Here.
what I was referring to.
Let me just throw their names on real fast.
Are these symbols the middle town there?
They were put on the stump.
We should investigate those ruins.
One more house. We still haven't looked at the rest. There's a few symbols on the barred house that I want to look at.
Okay, I think we should check out the Bard house first. I mean, my theory at the moment is that he may have dug too close to the basement of the general store and upset something that may not necessarily be human.
Maybe unleash some old magic.
It's possible.
The far right one is the only one that you can identify without a roll.
So we know a few of the symbols here. One means a raid. One means do not speak. One means beware the shadows. Is there anything you can tell us, Victor, about the other runes?
He points to the one on the far right and whispers to Sweet.
Hide the true self. What does that mean?
No damn clue. You figured out what this one means, having seen it earlier. The walls are thin. And you've figured out this one, sweet. The path changes. This one remains an enigma. This one, excuse me.
So the walls are thin. Do not speak. A raid has happened or will happen. Marked for a raid. Beware the shadows. The paths
is
change.
very strange.
And the last one on the right was
That was hide the true self.
hide the true self.
I think he definitely upset something with his digging.
How old is this village, Victor? Do you know?
400, 500 years. They built a couple times after a few fires 2 centuries ago.
How long did the person die?
Hmm?
How long ago did the guy get killed by a shadow?
About 9
How long
days.
it's been?
And what's happened since then? The marks appear before or after?
After.
Has anyone moved in recently?
I think you're right, sweet. I think he